What's good, Uganda? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Now, this is the Celebrity Junk, the Ugandan version, right? And I want to give a big shout out to Jonita. She's a hardworking manager here on the Uganda Nation team, and she was trying to figure out what kind of content we could come out with for you, all right? And she's responsible for the Uganda Connect thing that we have and, trying to grow the content strategy. And she told me about a group, an advocacy group out here called No White Saviors, right? And I said, me, I like that name, right? No more white saviors. I was all for it. And she was talking about how they started this thing in 2018 because it was a frustration because of the rampant abuses committed by white missionaries and the development workers in Uganda. And obviously we heard about the one lady who tried to do like all these surgeries in Uganda. You guys know about that lady. And so I don't know her name right now, but I thought that was, was very interesting. And she said it was a group of African women that did this. And the Instagram page, I went over there. It's, well over 200,000 followers. Is really good. And then I wanted to know who was behind it, right? So I'm gonna go over there right now, and we go to the team. And I see Alaso Olivia, I see Lubega Wendy, I see Sharon, and then there's the white lady, right? And the white lady's name is Kelsey Nielsen. And they refer to her as the white savior in recovery. Now, what she was trying to do, she came to Uganda and she was a person that was trying to be the white savior mentality, trying to help Africa. And then she found out that, you know what? I need to hold fellow white people accountable. Basically she's the liberal white person that should feel bad for being white on the team. All right. And she's accepted. She's one of the founders. And they have this podcast. I mean, don't get me wrong. The blog looks very good. It looks like they have a good action plan. But what this tells me is that the difference in my mentality and the way that they feel here in Uganda, you cannot say something about no white saviors and have white people on your team. Okay? When you come out and say something like this, I don't care how apologetic a person is, because we talk about what's happened in Africa. You talked about the colonization of Africa, how it's still suffering from that. A lot of people just can't take something like this. I'm talking about in the West. You can't take this serious. This is no disrespect to them, but you can't. All right? You're called no white saviors, and no white saviors is actually being saved by somebody founded by a white person. Sorry. Might as well be the NAACP. And it's just the ideology that Africans or blacks cannot do anything without whites, Think about this. Let's say that a group of white people called No Black Saviors started. And they were upset about the, African or black criminality going on in Europe or in America. Would they have a black founder on their team? The answer, seriously. Let's think about it. No Chinese saviors, right? If you're a Taiwanese person and you're upset with China, would the Taiwanese person or would China or would Taiwanese people have a Chinese person on their team? No. Nobody would ever say no black saviors and have a black person as a founder. It doesn't happen. But see, things like this happen on the continent of Africa. And let me say this, all right? And it happens also everywhere, also in Black America. This whole mentality is one of the reasons why blacks don't get the respect that they deserve. The liberation of black people cannot be aided or abetted by anybody who is not black. All right? It's very simple. Just like Malcolm X said, there was a white lady that was sympathetic to what he was trying to do to the Nation of Islam. She asked, what can I do to help you? He told her the right thing. Nothing. There is nothing that other groups can help. Black people do to liberate themselves. You just cannot do it. All right. Every time you try to do that, they end up doing what? They take over the movements. Whenever the Europeans have been involved in Black matters, they dominate those issues. There is no, we're going to play the role here. No. Black people have to do everything for themselves. Your only savior is you. The white man has his own ideologies. He has his own problems. Asians have their own problems. Hispanics have their own problems. Your struggle, albeit it is yours, it is only yours to solve. And Africa will never grow with people like this. In my opinion, it can't. And this is no disrespect to anybody. I don't know any of these people on this particular blog or site. I don't have any issues with them. But in my opinion, I'm very offended if as a black person, as an African, I'm like, whoa, how do you do this? And this is exactly why other groups don't respect us. As a global black community, as African Americans, as Jamaicans, as Caribbeans, as Ugandans, Kenyans, they don't respect this. Because never will they ask you help solve their problems. Ever. I don't care if the person, now let me say this, because they said, we never said no white people. They had that on this the website. I want to say this. There are absolutely, white people out there that, and white folks with their guilt. I don't believe that white people need to have white guilt. I don't believe in that. A lot of black folks want to go around and make white people feeling bad for being white. I don't think that's a good idea. I really don't care. Right? I don't want white people to have some guilt complex because they were born white. That's not my problem. Not their problem, not my problem. My problem is their white guilt is not going to help black benefits. Black people got to have, stop having black guilt. Feeling bad for being black. It's up to us to be feeling good about ourselves, about what we want to do. And that's the problems that we have. Using white people to hold white people accountable. Like, how does that work? It does nothing for you. It doesn't get you jobs. It doesn't get your people businesses. It doesn't keep your people paid. They've been having people like this in this country for years, and the people are still suffering. They're still poor many times. Not access to resources. And in my opinion, as long as people like this are here, they're going to continue to be like that. The Ugandan people have to be empowered. Africa has to be empowered. Black people got to be empowered. Making a white person feel bad for them being white does nothing for you. It does nothing for you. And if I'm a person that looks at this, I'm thinking people are jokes. Which, in my opinion, harshly to say, that is what they are. And it's not talking down on them. Black people got to do for themselves everything that you see that you want to do. You need to do it. You need to organize it. Your people need to fund it. They cannot help you with your issues. You got to help yourself with your issues. If people are sympathetic to what you're going through, let them be sympathetic from a distance. There are many things about other people in the world that are not black I am sympathetic to. I know I cannot join their movement, not trying to, because they're smart enough to say, you ain't one of us, bro. We got this. We'll deal with our own problems. And until black people get to that point, you will always suffer. You will always have issues. We need to really rally ourselves, pick ourselves up, and say enough's enough. If it takes longer to get there, it just takes longer to get there. But you will never be able to get there with them. You will be able to get there with you. And I've had that small awakening since I've been coming to Uganda. I came here hardly with anything. And when I'm talking about anything, I mean like no equipment, no nothing. You know what? The people that I work with didn't have one white donor, nothing. Whatever I'm doing right now is because of what we do and what other blacks here are doing. That's it. That's all you need. All I need is you. I don't need nobody else. If black people have that mindset, you don't need nobody to help you do nothing. Stop disrespecting your people. Stop disrespecting your talent. Your people have just as much talent as anybody else. Why not let them do it? You got to stop being disrespectful to your people. And whenever white people got to come and help you on black issues, that's telling me that you don't have no faith in your people. And they will always go out thinking that we need to partner with Europeans or partner with Chinese to get something accomplished. And you're going to continue to be behind because a Chinese person is never going to have you solving their problems. China was a foreign land in 1974, 1975, and 76. Do they need Africans to come over there and help them with their problems? Do they ask white folks to help them? No, the Chinese have much more respect for themselves to say, we're going to solve our own problems. And that's why they are who they are today. And until Africa and black Americans and the diaspora get that way, you will always suffer behind them. We will always be behind everybody else. And that's just the truth of it. Guys, it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode here on the Celebrity Junk. Subscribe, hit the bell. Guys, I really appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you so much for subscribing, hitting the bell. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. Keep it real. King Ghana forever. I'm out.